Greetings everyone, this is Manisha. I welcome you all in my 13th video of Introduction to Programming Language C. In this video, we are going to learn loops or iterations in Programming Language C. In my previous video, we have covered the topics operators, data types, if-else, switch case, and basics of language C. If you have not seen those videos, you can click the I button and visit my channel for that. If you have not subscribed my channel yet, please subscribe my channel and share it with your friends. Let's start the topic for today. Today's topic is loops. There are three types of loops in programming language C: while, do while, and for. The purpose of loop is to repeat certain set of instructions multiple times, right? Now let's see how these loops are written. While loop, the syntax of while is a keyword. Within the brackets we'll write expression, and within the curly brackets we'll write the statements, right? Now by the time this expression is true, that means by the time this expression is non-zero expression, while loop will be repeating itself. That means these statements will be executing by the number of times this expression is true, right? Same ways, do while loop. The syntax of do while loop is do as a keyword, curly bracket starts, statements, the statements that has to be repeated multiple times, right? Curly bracket closes, while as a keyword, within the bracket the expression and the semicolon, right? Now this loop will also be executing by the time this expression is true, right? The difference between while and do while loop is, the main difference is, if this expression is zero expression in the first instance only, these statements will not be executing even one time, right? Second is do while loop. Do while loop is written in this manner: do as a keyword, curly bracket starts, the statement set that has to be executed multiple times, curly bracket closes, while as keyword, then expression and semicolon, right? This is the syntax of do while loop. Now these statements will execute by the time this expression is a non-zero expression. As soon as it turns to zero expression, the loop will terminate, right? The difference between these two loops is these statements will not execute if the expression is a zero expression in the beginning only, right? That means if this expression comes zero at the first time only, then these statements will not execute even for once. But here, because expression is getting checked after the statements are executed, right? That means these statements will execute at least for one time, even if this expression is a zero expression in the beginning. Now comes the third loop, that is for loop. For loop is a very special loop because it has three segments in its parenthesis, right? Now what do we use these three segments are? First segment is for initializing the counter, second is the expression, and third is increment or decrement in the counter. For a loop, counter is very important because it counts the number of times that loop has to be executed, right? Now for a counter, suppose we need a counter to run a loop, right? That counter should be checked. That means there should be a condition on which your loop terminates. Third is your counter should be incremented or decremented, right? Now these three things are very. Now how to use the counter with all the other two loops, that we'll see with the help of a program. Let's have a look at this program. This program is to print counting from 1 to 10. In this program, I have taken one integer, and this integer I'm going to use as the counter for my loop. This is a very good example to understand how loops works, right? Now here I have initialized i's value by 1, right? Now and in the while loop I'm checking whether I is less or equal to 10, and then inside the loop I'm printing printf i's value. I'm printing with the help of %d, which is conversion string for integer type variables, right? And then i's value have been incremented. Now there are three things done with I. One is initialization, second is the condition, and third is the increment. This printf statement is kind of optional for a counter, because every time we are not going to use counter in our printf statement, but counter will be used for three things. One, it will be initialized. Second, it is going to have a condition on it, that means an expression on which your loop will terminate. With the help of this counter will make that expression, right? And then increment or decrement in the counter, right? So let's see how this program works. Let's see the output of this program first. Run the program. This is how your output will look like, counting from 1 to 10. Now let's see step by step how this loop works, right? Clear screen. I is equal to 1. Now it means I is holding 1, and in the condition here we are checking whether I is less or equal to 10. Now I is holding 1, 1 is less or equal to 10, which comes true. That means the control will go inside the loop. Inside the loop we are printing i's value, that means 1 will be printed and i's value will be incremented. Now after this statement I will hold 2, right? Now again we are checking 2 is less or equal to 10, which will come true. Again the loop inside will be executed. So printf i's value will be 2, so 2 will be printed. Then again i's value will be incremented. So I will hold 3 here, right? So 3 will be checked, and so on. By the time I does not hold 11, right? As soon as I gets 11 and this condition comes false, loop will be terminated. Now see, get ch, right? That means as soon as your control have come out of the loop, that means the expression that we have given with the with while statement have come false. That is why loop have been terminated, right? Now we can see the output of this program. This program's output is this 1 to 10, because of the printf statement within the loop, right? Let's have a look at this program. This program is to print the table of input number, right? Here I have taken two integers, and one of the integer I'm scanning here, and other integer I will use as the counter for my loop, right? Now the printf statement have three conversion strings for integers. At the first instance I'm printing the number itself that have been scanned. At the second instance I'm printing i's value, by which number the given number have been multiplied, and then a multiplied by I will be printed, right? In the next line the i's value have been incremented, right? Let's see what will be the output of this program. Suppose number given is 5. This is how your output will look like. Let's have a look at this program once again. This program is to print the counting from 1 to 10, right? Now this program have been written with the while loop. I will show you how it can be written with other two loops also. Let's start. Let's change this loop, and instead of this loop I'm going to write do while loop here, right? So initialization of I will be the same. In the next line do as a keyword will come. Within the curly brackets the body of loop will remain same. There is no change in that, and while as keyword will be written after the curly bracket. Within the parenthesis we'll write the condition, and condition will also be the same as we have written with while loop. In do while loop also it is going to be the same, right? Let's see how this program works, right? The same output we are getting here also, right? Now let's see how for loop will be written for this particular program, right? For loop we need to change many things in here, because for loop have the facility to write everything within its own parenthesis only, right? So for as keyword we can write here only, we can initialize the counter, so I is equal to 1, then the expression will come, that means I is equal, less than or equal to 10, and then increment in the I, right? So all these three things can be written within the parenthesis of for only. Okay, let's see how this program gives you output. Same output you'll get with this loop also, right? So these are our 3 loops. In this video we are going to do this much only. I hope you have understood the concept of loop, right? In my next video we are going to do more program with the help of loops, which will give you more clarity of this concept. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe, like and share my channel with your friends. Thank you so much.